So I, the Lord, will speak romantic words to her. I will lead her into the desert and speak tender words. There I will give her vineyards. I will give her Achor Valley as a doorway of hope. Then she will answer as she did when she came out of the land of Egypt. This is what the Lord says. At that time you will call me my husband. You will not call me my Baal. I will take the names of those false gods out of her mouth. Then people will not use those names again. At that time I will make an agreement for the Israelites with the animals of the field, the birds of the sky, and the crawling things on the ground. I will break the bow, the sword, and the weapons of war in that land. I will make the land safe, so the people of Israel can lie down in peace. And I will make you my bride forever. I will make you my bride with goodness and justice and with love and mercy. I will make you my faithful bride. Then you will really know the Lord. And at that time I will answer. This is what the Lord says. I will speak to the skies, and they will give rain to the earth. The earth will produce grain, wine, and oil, and they will meet Jezreel's needs. I will sow her many seeds on her land. To Lo Ruhamah I will show mercy. To Lo Ammi I will say, You are my people, and they will say to me, You are our God. Then the Lord said to me again, Gomer has many lovers, but you must continue loving her. Do this because it is an example of the Lord's love for Israel. He continues to love them, but they continue to turn to other gods, and they love to eat those raisin cakes. So I bought Gomer back for 6 ounces of silver and 9 bushels of barley. Then I told her, You must stay at home with me for many days. You will not be like a prostitute. You will not have sexual relations with another man. I will be your husband. In the same way, the people of Israel will continue many days without a king or a leader. They will be without a sacrifice or a memorial stone. They will be without an ephod or a household god. After this, the people of Israel will come back and look for the Lord their God and for David their king. In the last days, they will come to honor the Lord and his goodness. People of Israel, listen to the Lord's message. The Lord has something to say against those who live in this land. The people in this land are not honest or loyal. They don't really know God. They are always cursing, lying, killing, stealing, and committing adultery. They murder one person after another. So the country is like someone crying for the dead, and all of its people are weak. Even the animals of the fields, the birds of the sky, and the fish in the sea are dying. No one should argue or blame another person. Priest, my argument is with you. You priest will fall in the daytime, and at night the prophet will also fall with you. I will also destroy your mother. My people are destroyed because they have no knowledge. You priests have refused to learn, so I will refuse to let you be priests for me. You have forgotten the law of your God, so I will forget your children. They became proud. They sinned more and more against me, so I will change their honor to shame. The priests fed on the people's sins. They wanted more and more of their sin offerings. So the priests are no different from the people. I will punish them for the things they did. I will pay them back for the wrong things they did. They will eat, but they will not be satisfied. They will commit sexual sins, but they will not have babies. This is because they left the Lord and became like prostitutes. Sexual sins, strong drink, and new wine ruin a person's ability to think straight. My people are asking pieces of wood for advice. They think those sticks will answer them. They have chased after those false gods like prostitutes and have left their own God. They make sacrifices on the tops of the mountains and burn incense on the hills under oak trees, poplar trees, and elm trees. The shade under those trees looks nice. So your daughters lie under those trees like prostitutes, and your daughters-in-law commit sexual sins. I cannot blame your daughters or your daughters-in-law for doing this, because your men go and have sex with the temple prostitutes and offer sacrifices with them. This is how foolish people destroy themselves. Israel, just because you act like a prostitute doesn't mean that Judah should feel guilty too. People, don't go to Gilgal or Beth-aven. Don't use the Lord's name to make a promise. Don't say, as the Lord lives. The Lord has given many things to Israel. He is like a shepherd who takes his sheep to a large field with plenty of grass. But Israel is stubborn like a young cow that runs away again and again. Ephraim has joined his idols, so leave him alone. Ephraim has joined their drunkenness. Let them continue to be prostitutes. Let them be with their lovers. They went to those gods for safety. and they have lost their ability to think. Their altars will bring them shame. Priest, nation of Israel, and people in the king's family, listen to me. You have been judged guilty. You are like a trap at Mizpah and like a net spread on the ground at Tabor. You have done many evil things, so I will punish you all. I know Ephraim. I know what Israel has done. Ephraim, right now you act like a prostitute. Israel is dirty with sin. The people of Israel have done many evil things, and these evil things keep them from coming back to their God. They are always thinking of ways to chase after other gods. They don't know the Lord. Israel's pride is a witness against them, so Israel and Ephraim will stumble in their sin, but Judah will also stumble with them. The leaders of the people went to look for the Lord. They took their sheep and cattle with them, but they did not find the Lord because he refused to accept him. They have not been faithful to the Lord. Their children are from some stranger. And now he will destroy them and their land again. Blow the horn in Gibeah. Blow the trumpet in Ramah. Give the warning to Bethaven. The enemy is behind you, Benjamin. Ephraim will become empty at the time of punishment. I, God, warn the families of Israel that this really will happen. The leaders of Judah are like thieves trying to steal someone's property, so I will pour out my anger on them like water. Ephraim will be punished. He will be crushed and pressed like grapes, because he decided to follow filth. I will destroy Ephraim as a moth eats a piece of cloth. I will ruin Judah, like rot on a piece of wood. Ephraim saw his sickness, and Judah saw his wound, and they went to Assyria for help. They told their problems to the great king, but he cannot heal you or cure your wound. I will be like a lion to Ephraim, like a young lion to the nation of Judah. I myself will rip them to pieces. I will carry them away, and no one can save them. I will go back to my place until the people admit they are guilty, until they come looking for me. Yes, in their trouble, they will try very hard to find me. Come, let's go back to the Lord. He hurt us, but he will heal us. He wounded us, but he will put bandages on us. After 2 days, he will bring us back to life. He will raise us up on the third day. Then we can live near him. Let's learn about the Lord. Let's try very hard to know him. We know he is coming, just as we know the dawn is coming. He will come to us like the rain, like the spring rain that waters the ground. Ephraim, what shall I do with you? Judah, what shall I do with you? Your faithfulness is like a morning mist. Your faithfulness is like the dew that goes away early in the morning. I used the prophets and made laws for the people. The people were killed at my command, but good things will come from those decisions. This is because I want faithful love, not sacrifice. I want people to know God, not to bring burnt offerings. But the people broke the agreement as Adam did. They were unfaithful to me in their country. Gilead is a city of people who do evil, people who have tricked and killed others. The priests are like gangs of robbers, hiding and waiting on the road to attack someone. They murder people before they reach safety in Shechem. They do such evil things. I have seen a terrible thing in the nation of Israel. Ephraim was unfaithful to God. Israel is dirty with sin. Judah, there is also a time of harvest for you. It will happen when I bring my people back from captivity. I will heal Israel. Then people will know that Ephraim sinned. They will know about Samaria's lies. They will know about the thieves who come and go in that town. They don't believe that I will remember their crimes. The bad things they did are all around. I can see their sins clearly. Their evil makes their king happy. Their false gods please their leaders. A baker presses dough to make bread. He puts the bread in the oven. He does not make the fire hotter while the bread is rising. But the people of Israel are not like that. They are always making their fire hotter. On our king's day, the leaders get so drunk that they get sick. They become crazy with wine and make agreements with people who laugh at God. The people make their secret plans. Their hearts burn with excitement like an oven. Their excitement burns all night, and in the morning it is like a hot fire. They are like hot ovens. They destroyed their rulers. All their kings fell. Not one of them called to me for help. Ephraim mixes with the nations. Ephraim is like a cake that was not cooked on both sides. Strangers destroy Ephraim's strength, but Ephraim does not know it. Gray hairs are also sprinkled on Ephraim, but Ephraim does not know it. Ephraim's pride speaks against him. The people had many troubles, but they still don't go back to the Lord their God. They didn't look to him for help. So Ephraim has become like a silly dove without understanding. The people called to Egypt for help. They went to Assyria for help. They go to those countries for help, but I will trap them. I will throw my net over them, and I will bring them down like the birds of the sky. I will punish them for their agreements. It will be very bad for those who left me. They refuse to obey me, so they will be destroyed. I saved them, but they speak lies against me. They never call to me from their hearts. Yes, they cry on their beds, and they cut themselves when they ask for grain and new wine. But in their hearts they have turned away from me. I trained them and made their arms strong, but they made evil plans against me. But they were like a boomerang. They changed directions, but they did not come back to me. Their leaders bragged about their strength, but they will be killed with swords, and the people in Egypt will laugh at them. Put the trumpet to your lips and give the warning. Be like an eagle over the Lord's house. The Israelites have broken my agreement. They have not obeyed my law. They yell out at me, "My God, we in Israel know you." But Israel refused the good things, so the enemy chases him. The Israelites chose their kings, but they didn't come to me for advice. They chose leaders, but they didn't choose men I knew. The Israelites used their silver and gold to make idols for themselves, so they will be destroyed. He has refused your calf, Samaria. God says, "I'm very angry with the Israelites. The people of Israel will be punished for their sin." Some worker made those statues. They are not God. Samaria's calf will be broken into pieces. The Israelites did a foolish thing. It was like trying to plant the wind. But they will get only troubles. They will harvest a whirlwind. The grain in the fields will grow, but it will give no food. Even if it grew something, strangers would eat it. Israel was destroyed. Its people are scattered among the nations, like some dish that was thrown away because no one wanted it. Ephraim went to his lovers. Like a stubborn donkey, they led him off to Assyria. Yes, Israel was taken to the nations, but I will bring them back. But first, they must suffer a little by carrying the burden of that mighty king. Ephraim built more and more altars, and that was a sin. They have been altars of sin for Ephraim. Even if I wrote 10,000 laws for Ephraim, he would treat them as if they were for some stranger. The Israelites love sacrifices. They offer the meat and eat it. The Lord does not accept their sacrifices. He remembers their sins, and he will punish them. They will be carried away as prisoners to Egypt. Israel has built palaces for their kings, and now Judah builds fortresses. But they have forgotten their Maker, so I will send a fire to destroy their cities and fortresses.